Hawa. Basically just using the name of the creator, now the true I am. Got me this young ginger right here, man. And we're in this high UV radiation right here. And it don't hurt not one bit. Keep that in there. It's supposed to work out. Got 30 dubs around and I can be right here in front of the water minerals with the silica based minerals. Go ahead and eat this piece of ginger. Look how thick the ginger is right here too, man. Big ass piece of ginger. You know what I'm saying? We're dealing with the silica base. The silica based foods versus carbon based. Everybody's dealing with the carbon, you know, silica based food more richer. So, you know, stuff like your leafy greens, you know what I'm saying? And your certain fruits, your bananas. These foods, silica-rich foods. Silica is crystal, man. You're a crystalline being. You eat silica-based foods. That's what we was eating a lot more on the mainland or America or in the South. You know what I'm saying? We don't eat carbon-rich foods, man. Mucus-forming foods. Your teachers, they should have told you that, but they told you in a different way. But really, they didn't tell you like this. You know what I'm saying? We're basically transformers in this motherfucker, people. You're transforming, you know what I'm saying, your energy. It's metaphysics now. You know, it's not just physics any longer. This is metaphysics. Most High, I already got your back. See, I got your food for your metaphysics, man. You're gonna eat more silica-based foods to get your light body built up. Silica-based foods is dealing with, you know, like I say, leafy fruits. You got fruits. You don't want to admit that it's all fruits, but it's all fruits. That's liquid light. The crust is basically made up of silica. It's a crystal. When you're at the water at the beach, it's all the silica's at. You know what I'm saying? So you're charging up under the high UV radiation. It's a crystal. Not burning up or nothing. You're sitting back absorbing the crystal. The crystal absorbs information. High amounts of information or information to inform your ass when you put the crystal close to you. It is said that the Most High to put the crystal or the lava stone that turns with the crystals inside of it, like the peridot crystals and all that, all these crystals form inside this lava stone. Put it on, you know, the head of man and enlighten him. It just goes to show you that's just a part of the whole thing. But silica-based foods is more richer for you than carbon-based foods or carbon-rich foods. Carbon-rich foods are like meats, dairies, and shit like that. Cheeses, man. We're not no carbon motherfuckers, B. Carbon is flimsy. Now look, you look at that, the 666 and all that, that's their beastly self. You and your beast self if you eating meat and cheeses and shit. You and your higher self, you and your silica self if you eating more silica-based crystalline food, crystal food. They try to trick you and make you be like, oh, you be eating crystals, you be eating rocks and shit. Well, yeah, they're mini rocks, motherfucker. Minerals and shit. It's like I'm getting the minerals blowing off the water right now, hitting me on my physical body. You know what I'm saying? Which is basically a lot of it's silica. I got silica blood flowing. I got crystal blood flowing through me. Peace, dark soul. What's happening? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, in post-workout, yeah, man, I gotta have crystalline food. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have silica-based food. I don't need nothing that's gonna form mucus in my kidneys and give me kidney problems and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers more worried about me smoking weed than they is about kidney stones forming and shit, and gallbladder stones and shit forming. You know what I'm saying? Your emotional well-being, motherfucker. That's why I put this shit out here for us. For you and me. Yeah, we on this ginger kick though, right now. Ginger and garlic. And also, absorbing the sun. It's gotta be 13 UV index right here, man. They try to cover this joint up. You see, look. It's hard for them to look at that. It's trying to come down. They're covering the mountain up. Because it's a reminder every day you see the mountain right at the top of the mountain. It's a mound just sitting right there. Like, damn. Who is it going to remind though? You eat crystals, yo. Silica-based. Your silica-based life form, yo. The all-spark is talking about us. The all-spark is up here. It's on. You know what I'm saying? Harvesting our kundalini, our energy on the inside. Oh, yeah. Eating fruit. Eating fruit is basically liquid light. The roots and the shoots, all of that stuff. Is that right? You vibrate higher. Super high. Actually, shit. Motherfuckers, it'd be kind of scary. To other motherfuckers, they be want that, man. Where I'm at, they done got a new feeling introduced to them. It's called jealousy and shit. And usually, like the lower vibratorial, carbon man, he usually harms other individuals off of this feeling, you know, jealousy or envious. Because normally we don't just go around being envious to other motherfuckers. Naturally, we're like, I want to congratulate you. Well, if you're in your low self, you're not going to congratulate nobody. Unless it's part of a cluster B personality disorder. You know what I'm saying? It's dealing with psychology. Now we're in the health side. You know what I mean? With the idolizing and devaluing and then discarding, taking what you need from them and then trying to make your own and shit. But realizing that the source is with them because they're going to be forever creative. Like they're going to know for forever. So they're going to always continue to create. That's why the hand of the Most High is on the most spiritual people as a whole. I'm over here sitting with all these goddamn birds. Everybody down here looking at me like, God damn, what the hell is this motherfucker? Seen the knocker wearing the feather and shit. You can giggle if you want. This represents my early ancestors. You know, if you got a feather and you seen a feather around the world, it's on my ancestors been over there chilling with them and rocking with them niggas, man. Chilling with them. Planting rows of corn and fruit. Hey, what's happening? Lost Pluto sky. Hey, what's happening? You know, it was a great conjunction in Pluto, not in Pluto, but the great conjunction involving Pluto and Saturn and Jupiter. That was something going on, man. Now everything is revealing, like I say, it's the underneath that was revealing, the health is being revealed to you, the true way back up to the upper room, all that. You know what I'm saying? All that hating on fruit before, and they can't hate on it now, nigga. Stones are basically just condensed light. So you're supposed to have stones on you, but you don't know that. And you don't know how to use this power if your kundalini's not up right in this area. Let me kill this off. Pardon me, y'all. I think I'm attracting devils. There's one devil coming down here right now. He's a zombie. I want to show y'all, but I ain't. And every day, Muslims try to offend your ass because you get up a little higher. You know, you got to deal with offense as you grow. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not connected together in the flesh yet. But in the spirit, we are. So I'm sending love and the highest all light to all y'all. And I'm grateful that the sun is out right now. Shit. You already know I said 3 books you'd recommend to everyone. You know what? My man, I gotta say the name right too. I hope I said it right. That's a can cut. 3 books. 1 book right now, and it gotta be like a religious book. But I like this book, man. It's called Everything in This Book Is True, but it's exactly how things are. You know what I'm saying? Or nothing in this book is true, but it's exactly how things are. And they got a part 2 called Everything in This Book Is True, and it's exactly how things are. That's a good book too. And you can put everything together now with these books that they were trying to lie to us in with those conspiracies. It'll be put together now in a better context when you're dealing with the heavens and its resurrections. Because when you're talking about like reptilians and all that stuff, they don't even talk about amphibious beings and stuff, but all these things, man, that comes from like, you know, David Icke books. But now we're able to put it into perspective like, okay, there's different sections of heavens of how you be able to travel around, and we have different domes or different atmospheres and different worlds and shit. But that's another story though. Yeah, this crystal, let me get a bite there. I'm trying to peel it off at the same damn time. Right? I'm just eating it now. This is ginger. Ginger hot. Like a, shoot that more like a juice for life. I know I look all crazy and funny and shit. Like a camel, nigga. You should live camel. What's up, man? Let's see. Extra. That's it, right? Extra MIA. Talk to y'all. I can put this message back to you. I might have to see this part of me for a second. I'm trying to scramble. I might have to see this part of me for a second. I'm trying to scramble my signal. But yeah, silica-based foods, man, important for you to eat. You know, leafy greens and stuff. You know, we're not really with the carbon-based. If you consider yourself so-called black or NAGA, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be eating silica-based food, crystal-based food. You like jewelry and stones and all that. stones. It's a reason why, man. That's what you naturally are at the core of your physical makeup. You're not a carbon-based man, you know. Actually, you're not that. You know, you're not 666 molecule. You're not in your beast nature. You know, so to get all this silica in you, you got to get to a point where you got to be around, you know, a lot of sand, you know, stones that are naturally precious. You start getting the energies from it. And when your kundalini's up, you'll be even more better, because I'm talking about, like, if you're more honoring, you know, your temple, your sacred temple, you know, you're doing your fasting every month, you're making sure that you acknowledge that whatever sign, whatever the moon is in your sun sign, you know that you will be more so susceptible to a hornier nature or whatnot. That's where you got to discipline yourself at, more so. The foods help you. So that's why they're against a lot of raw things. I like to talk about spinach. The spinach is really good for you. It cleans your skin up and everything. This is what helps keep you looking younger. Shit, silica. Silica is what makes you, is what keeps your collagen in your body all night, you know, tight. You know, a mug has been eating some right foods. He's been eating silica-based foods, man. Everything's been forming right on his ass, or on her. Her face is clear, you know. Her collagen is right. Why? Because she's eating more silica-based foods, like salads and shit. She's not eating meat. She's not eating Burger King, McDonald's, or no shit like that. She's starting to feed herself the right foods. She's realizing, like, damn, I'm supposed to eat crystalline foods. You know, and they try to trick you out of that. They're telling you that you're carbon, and it's not that. No, physically you're not that, dude. You're a crystalline being. Now you're being activated like a crystal does, because it stores information. When you don't want to go against melanin, you have silica, G. It's silica. You absorb information. It's like you absorb this UV index, man. This is all silica. This is all crystal, B. Soft crystal. Your hair is a soft crystal. If you are not, it's soft. But it's a crystal. Like wire. Like all of that shit, man. Crystals, your eyes is crystal, B. Your eyes is crystal. All your glands are crystal. Your daggone blood is crystal. Everything is crystal. So you need to be eating shit that's crystalline, like silica. You ain't a carbon-based being. Beware, boy. His number is 666. That's not you. Carbon, that whole little atom, it connects with, as a molecular structure, it connects with anything. It binds with anything, because it's toxic, really. Shit is flimsy. They had to put carbon up for these motherfuckers to be able to live and breathe on this planet. We had silica-based trees, B. Mountains and shit. Pure silica. You know how intense the energy is? You know how intense the energy is? This is antennas, man. And you walking around on copper land and shit. There's so much copper on the land, and it's on the land. So much gold on the land that it's on the land. You ain't even gotta mine the shit. You realize how intense and powerful that is. Motherfucker have to break that down to even get to that point. You have to damn near destroy shit to even walk in your area. Back to crystalline way of living, because you won't have to eat as much any goddamn way. You need the sun. That's why they cover this shit up. For me to get this information, you had to get outside of that part. But they be on my ass. But you ain't got to be like, yo, let me order your kit for that. No, it's all about self-discipline. It's in you. It can't be on you. It's in you. For it to be on you, it got to be in you first. And the crystals ain't going to work if you're walking around here low on your light. It's just nothing. Not going to work. A diamond is not going to work. A diamond only works on a truthful one. The energies and powers of a diamond only work on a truthful one. Superman wasn't living in the snow. That motherfucker was living in crystals, B. Around crystals, nigga. You Superman, motherfucker. You supposed to be around crystals all the goddamn time. They took all the crystals from your ass so you can't even get energized. Slow as Asian motherfucker trying to be so smoke Asian. Like, why you worried about the smoking weed so much, man? You should be worrying about if I'm getting enough silica in my ass and shit, man. If I'm eating the right amount of silica, man, to connect all my collagens right and exact, man. Make sure that all my glands is working right and connecting with my daggone, you know, my chakras and shit. Making my Merkaba going on with myself, man. Making my atmosphere right and exact and ultramagnetic, so I can chop it up with the animal spirits and shit. Get downloads with my ancestors and shit. You know what I mean? That's what they should have been telling my ass. But nah, most high said, I got you, baby. Because they can't tell you, they can't say they tell you this. Like, I know. Thank you, Mozart. Appreciate it. Silica, now you know. Supposed to be eating silica no matter what the fuck. I mean, the majority. Anything that's carbon-based foods, like I say, it's all cheese, a lot of now cipher oils, a lot of byproducts, and all that shit like that. It's citrulline based. I mean, not citrulline, but it's carbon based. Roots, shoots, and fruits. You know? That's why they come over there and feed us, you know, feed us all them fried ass motherfucking foods and shit, man. Taking all our crystals up out the shits. We need them motherfuckers, man. We need all our crystals back, as a matter of fact. We need everything. All it, man. But now your crystal's about to be online because you're working, you're eating the right way. That shit's starting to light up. That's how you activate the DNA codes. They can say DEA, whatever the fuck. But that's how you're going to activate them. Through celibacy or repenting, because you've probably been fucking already, so you got to repent. That's called repent, you know, through the Kundalini. So you be celibate, get your year up. You do re mi fa sol la ti's up, you know what I'm saying, with your 5 minor chakras. You know what I'm saying? That's making 12. Now you got your whole octave. You know what I'm saying? Got your full octave up now. Now we really can communicate. We're only an octave up. But, you know, you can be able to function a little bit more better. You have clearer thoughts. It won't be, you know, your magnetic attraction will be more. You'll be more intuitive. You can see when motherfuckers are trying to get at your ass. In the flesh, in the spirit, whatever. That's the reason why most I be against the daggone witches. I know it's a lot of females that be kind of like with the witches and shit like that. But, you gotta be righteous and divine. Your crystals gotta be working and shit. You know, them beings that you see them witches, a lot of them, they have all these crystals and shit. They had a resurrection within the first resurrection. You know, we're not having our resurrections ordered as it's about to be, basically. The first, second, and third resurrection. So they operate from the first resurrection where they want to do shit on a personal level, on the earth level. And crystals kind of like help them do that. You know, and it enhances them, their energies, through the moon rituals. But what enhances you is through the moon with your ass also, which is when you become the horniest. You know, they have a period, but you have a period of light. Yours go the opposite direction. Theirs come out in blood, yours go up in light. So once you start cultivating that, yeah, you gotta know when your period coming. It's pretty much what it is. You know what I'm saying? Working out, exercise, getting the parasites out you every day. You're on Earth, man, so it's like this is a very condensed world. You know what I'm saying? Everything's condensed. Fucking water is condensed, shit. You know what I'm saying? But Earth is really condensed because, you know, I mean, it's the same thing. You know? But it's a condensed space, you know what I'm saying? Which you're living your life at. When you wake up in the world, you know what I'm saying? You're dealing with denser things now. You're just not in the dream world no more. You know, look at this man. Hella attracted to me and shit. You want to sit right here and be next to me. But that's what happens when you get your Kundalini up, man. You're going to see who's with you and who ain't, man. I'm talking about that's how you're going to see who's with you. You know, you're not going to see, and then you're eating, everything going to change. You're going to start caring about your body. And as a narcissistic, like, someone who's probably been narcissistic abused by someone, or sociopathically abused, supposed to be personality, but then with the health, whether it's on a people scale or on a personal scale, you know, you taking your power back is the most important thing you can do in life, because you're showing that, you know, that you were the main supply source for this entity that had no type of sense of self. They needed to get their sense of self from other individuals, mainly, naturally. Hey, what's happening? L, what's good? Nicole, what's going on? What's going on? It's a hi. It's a love the hair, by the way. Thank you, appreciate it. Man, ain't got nobody to braid it. I need somebody to braid it up for me. But yeah, you know, so just think of it as a spiritual thing. You know what I'm saying? We're pretty much getting the parasites up out us on a daily basis. It's like, it's an ongoing process. It's called refinement. And refinement is, put all those letters together, is just a little trick, you know what I'm saying? Intuitive trick. They equal out one. One is knowledge, all right? So by knowing what to remove, which is trash and filth within the body or in the mind, soul, whichever it is how we're going to continue to cultivate our happiness on a daily basis. And by doing that, we're cultivating ourselves on cultivating our Kundalini, which is cultivating our sexual energy, becoming sexy in the mind, right? You know what I'm saying? But for those who are not doing that, you become irresistible to them. You know what I mean? But for those who are doing that, they will be able to be honoring you, like, yeah. You know, our brothers and sisters, we like, yeah, bro, right. Oh, sis, right. We ain't got a lust for it and shit because we're up on our energies. And even on our low stuff, when we eating like, you know, a lot of, you know, musical scars and foods and stuff like that, on our low stuff, we still got the dignity and, you know, the, what they call that? Virtualness. We still got it, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is why a lot of time I have to sit in front of the water, because it has to blow that wind to me. It's like a healing thing for me. I would recommend everybody come out here. Really, I have a retreat out here for all of us and shit. I think this is the healing ground of the earth, if you let me tell it. You know, but and I think they know it too, because a lot of people that come here, it'll reveal who they truly are spiritually. They come here looking clean and everything, but within a couple weeks, you'll see that the ayana got to them, the spirit got to them. They revealed themselves. They succumb to drugs or something that's weakened themselves, because it'll force you to look at yourself here. And that's a good thing, because when you're looking at yourself, you're looking at the I am. And a lot of people don't like to look at the I am. They'd rather chill with the devil and shit, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, the low self, because it's like, it's cool. I can eat the cheese, I can eat the meat. We kicking it, man. You know what I'm saying? That feels great. But, you know, to go in that high stuff, you got to deal with the leafy greens, and, you know what I'm saying? You got to be sitting in that sun, and, you know, even though that's a good thing, all this stuff is good. It can feel good if you wasn't toxic. Carbon is toxic. It's flimsy. Like I say, it's like the trees and the bushes. It's going to burn away and wither away. Silica, it don't burn away. You know what I'm saying? Shit goes into sand, and it turns into, you know, like mountains. Mountains, you know, you heard that mountains is tree stumps. So those are silica based. Those are silica trees, ancient silica trees. That's all over the world, G. You know what I'm saying? Bushes, very, very elaborate bushes that are silica based. They're like hard stone type of, I mean, not even stone. They're like, yeah, stone, like hard stone filling. You know, like crystal. If you ever went to a crystal shop, look, ask like, yo, y'all got any, do y'all have any fossilized trees? You know what I'm saying? Because if you let me see, like, damn, if all the trees turn like this, then shouldn't we all be rich in this motherfucker? Well, you know what I'm saying? It's a difference. One is silica and one is carbon. Carbon's gonna wither away. It doesn't turn into crystal. Like, you know, it doesn't turn into crystal. The crystalline tree is the crystalline tree. That's why they chopped all them things down. And they made their own temples, you know? They made their own temples. And they made their own antennas, and they made their own frequency things to put out to. But now that all that's up, man, now we got the choice. All we got to do is just three major things. Just to cultivate our happiness, we have to eat right and exact for one. You know what I'm saying? The new age food you're going to be eating is fruitarian vegan. That's going to be the new age. And to repent, you got to go celibate for about a year. You'll really heal spiritually then, because you're not going to want to be around no BS. Teachers in the new realm is gonna be celibate. Everything's gonna be new. It's gonna be new. You're gonna really cultivate your gift skill, and of course your talent. Shout out to the Empress. And you know, and another one, not having the desire to control another individual, another person. That's part of the cluster B personality, because they can't control themselves. So you wanna, you know, gaslight something on somebody else. You could pick up on these individuals who do that really quick. You'll know. You can see what heaven they're on. They're only on like the first resurrection. Second and third resurrections are dealing with people who are really striving to help someone and help more, you know, and have a higher grade in their spirituality, in their light body. So it's a different. Ones with low grades, they kind of want to do things to be seen a lot. You know, it's in the flesh. You know, it's condensed. It's really condensed. You know, spiritual things you don't really see. You don't see what's going on behind the scenes. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, I don't know what's blowing that wind. Yeah. You think that's wind that's blowing, really? You know what I'm saying? Could that be the breath or the Most High? Because it can't just be pure electricity or pure oxygen. You know what I mean? Even though that's the most abundant element out here, but we got silica, that's the next. But that's just not holding you alive. Electricity and oxygen. We have something deeper than that in there. And when that withdraws from you, it's done. Now the heavens is forced upon you. And so before the heavens get forced upon you, it's no hand to eat right. And the third one I'm gonna say is the first one, not to have, you know, cultivate just, make sure you curb your sexual appetite. Don't be, you know, lustful and shit like that. Eating right and exact, and the ability to control somebody or trying to control somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And to help you get to those goals, you have to eat right and exact. Because if you eat more parasitic foods, then you have more entities that are around you, and then that will allow for some of your hosts or your peoples, your ancestors or whoever's around you to kind of pull back a little bit, because you started to bring yourself down. I mean, you got the free will and shit, and Most High will allow a lot of things to happen. If death is allowed, then a lot of shit can happen. You know what I mean? So It's to let you know that right there, you're in some real shit. You're in the corporate world. So now we got a little bit more information on how we can cultivate ourselves in the corporate world and raise ourselves in the spiritual world, because you got to go to sleep. And a lot of people think that sleep is just fasting, and really it's just cultivating your spirituality. You're going to the heaven that you're going to go to upon transition, whether it's first, second, or third resurrection within the earth plane, because you can't get out the firmament once I make the firmament. You know, so, and they can say it's beings and entities, but nah. And all that stuff. The moon corresponds with everything. It's natural. Most High put that up. The phases, 104 days of the moon, sacred days of the moon. You'll feel better. You'll notice that once the moon gets to a certain point, you'll feel a certain way anyways. Whether it's hella tired, or like women when they feel their period coming on, they'll feel it. They'll say it. Oh, my period must be coming on. Something like that. You know what I mean? But as a man, you'll feel tired. You got this light that's in your gut, man, and it raises up to each chakra, like boom, 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 boom. By the time it gets to the crown, it takes months to do this. So as the spirit world see you doing this, they're gonna send you distractions, things to take you off that path to get you up to the top. Then once you get to that top, you're gonna have a little rest point, but you get to the 14th month, that's when it changes up. You know what I'm saying? You get a little bit outside of yourself, then now you can get outside of your mind, because a lot of things happen because you be in your mind too much. You know, this is like when you have, if you're having sex, if you're about to ejaculate or have an orgasm, you jumped in your mind. You know what I'm saying? And so, in order to have something, in order to get out of your mind, that's how you have sex. You got to get out of your mindset. You know what I mean? Because once you bust an orgasm, you'll know, like, damn, I was out of my mind, because you're doing this thing that's like, you know, you can say it's crazy, but it's like, you know, like, oh, look what they doing, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, here we go. Peace. I gotta read it all the way out. What's that, y'all? Get the flim flower mucus about you. I had to get that up out. But I mean that garlic too, so that's really pushing it out. And you know, I got the ginger I just ate. That was a nice big ass piece. So that just gets everything running, man. Get your lymph nodes, your lymph moving. And that's important. That lymph gets stagnant. Shout out to Robert Morris, Dr. Robert Morris, because a lot of people don't like to give each other shout outs. I'm gonna give everybody a shout out that need it. Right? You know what I'm saying? Dr. Robert Morris, because I already been studying with him. Well, I ain't been physically with him, but studying him for a while. Not him, just words. You know what I mean? He got a very enlightening book on point, man. The power, what's it called? The Power of Foods or something. I forgot, but I got it. And so you get to a certain age, you forget more than what people know at a certain point. But you know, it's a very good, cool dude. He's more of a, sometimes, like I say, if you're in a cluster B, you can be an extremist. Things can be black and white. You know, you'll be an extremist on certain things that you do. And as you grow out of it, you start to see the gray area of things, and color will start to come back, and life and stuff like that. But you gotta acknowledge this, the shit within your own self first. And that's where it's at with psychology. You know what I mean? Psychology is to be able to pinpoint the shit first in yourself. So when you do notice it too, in other individuals and what your life was or whatever, you're not really judging them, because they're getting judged. You know what I'm saying? Most times niggas is getting judged by everybody anyways. But that's neither here nor there when it comes to that. But as far as you dealing with your life, you'll be able to, you'll know, where they're at with it, and you don't have no like quarrel with them. You know what I'm saying? In their development. So the cluster B is look at yourself where you're at with it. You know what I'm saying? Like what's the traits that you may have? Because you know we dealt with a time where people, like I say, put their individual stamp on things, but we see they're more narcissism. Like we dealing with the one name, the Jordan, the Mayweather, the one name brands and stuff. And even with a lot of the name brands we got, they're one name brands. People have to, even the Trump, people have to come together to put these names to support this name brand. Now they own this name, you know, and that's kind of like coming together to agree on the all one spirit. They all got this from how we work things, you know what I'm saying? How we were so successful in the spirit and in the corporate, the flesh world, you know. Our one name was the creator. That was like the head of our whole corp, you know what I mean? But in the business form, when they came, they started making their one name, but they was giving their allegiance to the lower worlds and shit, you know. And even the lower worlds know that the Most High is the true all name, you know. That's the Most High is in everything, in the lowest depths of hell to the highest of heavens that we can't even comprehend. So but once we tap in, that the Most High is with you the whole time, always been with us, especially the faith is the one that led you on to the energy that led you on and inspired you to certain paths in your life, so you can better yourself, and to not hurt anyone else in your process of betterment. Sometimes, we can joke around, but the Most High know your heart if you really is trying to hurt someone. Nobody else can really see it. So, except your Ethereum brothers and sisters, we can tell when somebody's on some bullshit. It's bullshit, but at the same time, if you let your heart really, really speak and really listen, it's not a pump, it's a vortex. It's 7 muscles that come together and it spirals together that pushes your crystalline element, which is your blood, throughout your crystalline body to hit your crystalline points, your arteries, and all of these things. You know what I'm saying? And so, that's what we're doing. We're cultivating our silica-based self now. The carbon-based, we covered that now. We've been through it. We've seen it. People eat. We've seen the mukbangs of people eating whatever hamburgers. They were catering to their carbon self. But now we're catering to our silica self, man, our crystal self, man. We wanna have a great time with eating great foods and stuff like that, and unite. In a spiritual format, because it's more than the flesh. A lot of people just kind of focus on the flesh, and that's cool, because the food does help you feel better. But what do you think of you making you feel better? You know what I'm saying? The you is the light, the spirit. So we're cultivating happiness through that. So when you do go to sleep, no nightmares occur. Because I was born on Elm Street in Mississippi, man. So I'm on your ass. You know what I'm saying? First, second, rest, I'm on your ass. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have no nightmares and shit like that, because those are the lower resurrections, or the heavens that you're basically on, getting chased and ran around, because of certain things, guilt, regret, all these different things are on earth and the first resurrection. Second resurrection is when things change, because we're about to take it back. So we're going to further our gifts and our skills on that level upon transition. You learn while you're in your sleep too, while you're in your rest. You wake up with skills, downloads. You just don't know, you haven't cultivated them yet. You know what I mean? But they're there. This is where you get all that information at, And so if you, like I say, inhale that demonic shit, then you're gonna come up, we're gonna wake up with some demonic ass information and shit. How to get this one nigga, how to do this, this. And so we want to be on the higher heavens, man, and cultivating and helping and being an example. Because like I say, a lot of people can talk it right now, but if they're not doing it, it doesn't mean nothing. Some wickedness is around, or something high in the sky is flying. These niggas bounced. There be dragons flying over here, man. I'm trying to look at my son's cell. I seen 2 of them flying in the sky, right here, right in front of me. Look at these niggas hiding, boy. Look at them. He got down right here. They see something. They see something that I don't see. You know what I'm saying? They spirits. And they all around me. I'm gonna show you how many birds around me. It's more than the doves. I got the Maya birds over there. Got the little lightning birds. Got the little dragon came out. You didn't see him. He was right over here by my foot. And all the thuggy doves is around. So that's about like 50 birds. You know what I'm saying? So for them to move, they seen something. But I know they're gonna come back. But yeah. Anyhow, see, look, they're on their way back. This is the sparrow right here. What's up, baby? Come here. What's up, sparrow? Say hey. Say hey to everybody. This is a sparrow, y'all. Come here and look and see if I got something in my hand. Hold on. Let me see something. Come here, baby. Come over here and say, give me 5, man. Just give me 5 real quick for everybody. Look, you don't like to be on camera, but come on. I ain't talking about you, baby. Sparrow. Okay, I don't call him Sparrow. I call him Swift, because he's smart as hell. Come here, Swift. Oh, never mind. I ain't got nothing in my hand, so let me not bore y'all with that. But as soon as I put something in my hand, them niggas on their ass. They on my ass. You know what I'm saying? They eating sunflower seeds with the silica base. You know what I'm saying? They eating silica based foods too. Seeds, grains. Yeah, man. They try to hate on wheat. Nigga, we eating wheat. That's silica based. Nigga, we was already in the wheat fields, man. We had all that. We had all the silica based foods, man. You know? So that's the best thing to kind of pretty much start focusing on now, to add into our diets, cultivate our light body. I don't want to read what you said, but blessed is the man who makes it stand in the beginning, for the beginning is and is the end as well. It all comes together in the final act. What are you waiting for has already come. Hey, biohacks. Great. I like that. Nick Black. That was dope. Just came out of nowhere with that one. That was smooth. I'm over here like, I had to take time to read that one real quick. But see how you put that out? That can enlighten and help everyone. You know what I'm saying? It's going to help everyone in the chat or whoever watches, you know? That's what we're here for. We're showing that it can actually happen. That we can actually, you know what I'm saying? You can be at your higher self looking good without even being lustful. You know what I'm saying? You appreciate life, appreciate sex, you know what I mean? With your significant other or who you're going to build with. You can appreciate all that, you know? Getting over your narcissism or anyone else's narcissism. You know, gaslighting, projecting offensive behavior in the world. You know, you'll know to stay clear from that type of stuff because Most High didn't enlighten you. Now you're not seeing the science of it. We're gonna add in the natal charts and stuff like that later if y'all really want to get, you know, intricate. But I'm talking about the astral, the zodiac. You know what I'm saying, with an X. You know, we got this as far as like dealing with, you know, our agriculture. We got these things as far as dealing with our spiritual nature. You know, our natal chart, we got the grand trine, the square, all these different things, they play a difference, you know. We just have to, now we're coming to grips with knowing and understanding who we truly are and accepting who we are, which part we play, and in the world and in each other's life, you know. So, yeah, now I just wanted to chime in with that. I had to eat my little ginger in front of you. I got this right here. I was going to eat this mug today, but I think it got a little bit too late. This mug is ripe too. Look at that mug. It's like red and shit. Got the red on there, man. Oh, it smells so good too, boy. When I, whoo, man, you can smell it right here. And another thing too, when you eat more clear, you can smell things from a far away, man. You know what I'm saying? Shell Claw, what's happening? Peace. You know what I'm saying? You can smell things from far away, man. You can smell a motherfucker that's about to walk up before they even get around the corner or something, man. I mean, way around the corner. You can smell. You smell it, and that brings you back to when you was a child, because your senses were a little bit more clearer then. You know, you can able to you can sense a lot more things. You can sense when bad was going to happen. You know, if your senses weren't fogged up. I was able to eat a lot of fruits and berries and vegetables and shit when I was a child in Mississippi versus growing up and when I got up north, and you know, I was eating more like carbon-based foods. You know what I'm saying? Cheeses and meats and livers and gravies and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But we will eat that very sparingly in the South. You know what I'm saying? So, not every day, like, you know, not every day. So, yeah, you know, transitioning off that carbon frequency, man. A lot of people trying to put us on that carbon frequency. But once we see what's attached to that carbon frequency, we see that toxicity is attached to it. The carbon atom binds to every fucking atom, you know. It doesn't try to break apart, you know, like a narcissist does. It wants to bind with everything it sees, you know. Silica is very choosy. It's a choosy lover. It's gonna bind with you, and if you're loyal, it'll stay with you. You know, it's a silica. Silica is, like I said, it can survive damn near on its own. It can be alone. It's the second most abundant atom on the earth. I mean, besides oxygen that we got. Well, oxygen is it's an atom. Yeah. So combined with make molecules. Molecules come together to make what? Elements. Yeah. Okay. So elements and atoms. So basically, it's one and the same, like knowledge and understanding. Baby, you want something, huh? She's sitting there doing it now. You see her? You don't see her? She's like, that's him. I mean, that's a him. Come here, man. Come here. You want to come over here? Just say what's up. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go ahead and give him something since he's been so patient. That's the only reason why he's been patient. And they spirits, too. They spirits. Like, they don't understand every fucking thing I'm saying to them. Everything. See, I got the animals all over this motherfucker, man. Like, I got the cats, the different bird species I chop it up with. I even seen a couple of the daggone birds of prey. Let me know what you're going to do with it, my ninja. Okay. I don't know if y'all seen it, but yeah. It says, tuning in from Harlem. Oh, man. You know what's up, boy. That was the cream of the crop back in the day. We're finna make a new Harlem, a new Jewtown and shit. Knockers gotta go to another spot now. These motherfuckers done called on. Now we gotta go to a whole nother spot, man. But we got a whole nother spot now though. So it's about to manifest. Oh yeah, it's about to manifest. That's the importance too. But yeah, I realize I talk to people around the world. I be trying to tune in with my knockers, man. But you know, every motherfuckers around the world. But like, I ain't offend you, but it's the truth. You know what I mean? As far as like us coming together first and foremost. You know, people try to shit on us, and they saying that we ain't got a culture, this and that. And I'm like, yo, man, we done invented a lot of things. If hip hop wasn't made, I'm guaranteed that any nigga that was my age at that time could have came up with it easily, because it was just so prevalent in us, you know. And so we knew something was gonna happen. It was just boiling up to it. And I'm pretty sure, like my granddad used to say, time is like a circle. It just comes around again, you know. And so, and I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is what was happening before, way back. Oh, you got the lizard over there with the birds. How does that happen? You know what I'm saying? Usually the bird pick up the lizard and shit, take it. But we're over here in so much peace. These niggas is chilling, jumping all over me, doing what it do. And I got y'all on the line and y'all peace. And you know it ain't a lie. You know what I'm saying? When they say devil is a lie, ain't that right, Thuggy Dub? They say the devil is a lie, man. And if y'all come up on some feathers, man, rock them shits, man. It's that time now, man. So you see this girl? It's that time, man. Get the feathers and rock them. It's like money, man. And you'd be surprised. You'll be surprised what you feel like when you have them on. I've been rocking mine for like 7, 8, 9 years or something now. They'll be put in my path. You know what I'm saying? So it's like giving homage to your ancestors, to the higher upper room. Man, I've been through that stage. I remember that stage. You know, I started finding them like all of a sudden out of nowhere. And I'll be rocking them. Before you know, I know how I felt, you know, you could be kind of embarrassed or whatever, but I rocked them in a style with a hat and all that stuff. Right now, you see me right now, I don't give a damn. Shit, I'm out here on the beach. Brothers, they got to see us, the knockers, in the mainland and shit. So, you know, it's just showing that we ain't just shooting up bang, bang, man. We're spiritually advanced and highly intelligent people, baby. You know what I'm saying? Very in tune. And it ain't what they say. You know what I'm saying? Remember, that's a narcissistic, that's their narcissistic mood. They gaslight and project, you know what I'm saying, their insecurities onto the world by who he is and shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't say like, oh nigga, we've been narcissistically abused a bunch of these motherfuckers. We don't even taking the anger out on them. We're doing it on ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers still getting messed with. You know what I'm saying? But them days is changing up, man. And it's not like for us, we're not doing no physical things. This is metaphysics shit right here. Once we do that, that's when that weapon get online, G. The real one. And they know it. They just don't know how. And this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Dish all the carbon-based foods, man, right now. I throw all that shit away. Any meat, any dairy, any, what you call it. If you're a carbon-based being, you a motherfucker that's talking about this guard down. We carbon, and I don't want to offend nobody like that, but, you know, there's a lot of people who really gun-ho on that. You know, so if you one of those, you know what I'm saying, you gotta dish the carbon foods, or go down with them, man. The carbon foods is all meats, all is now cipher ass shit, dude. You know what I'm saying? That way of lifestyle. You won't be into the higher heavens, you know. Your dreams won't be vibrant visions. None of those downloads will come. It comes with parasites cleansing, detoxing, deworming, you know. Shit, cause you gotta be dewormed if you're eating all that goddamn meat. You ain't even thinking right for yourself no more. Hey Ricardo, what's happening? Okay, I got you, no doubt. Peace. What's happening? So yeah, you know, so we just want to, you know, we're just getting the world onto more silica-based foods now. You know, as much as we can to meditate outside. You know, being at a beach where you can get all the crystals, with all the crystals. It's all silica. You're walking in sand. You're charging up, so you won't be needing food that much anyways. You know, that's why salads is like the highest thing you should be really eating. You know, anything else, I mean beans and stuff like that, but that's all part of the salads. Some people are against beans. Once again, that could be extremists, so I'm not against beans. But lentils got the highest silica in that we call out of that whole type of family or whatever. Very fibrous. All fibrous foods got high. They're very high in silica. Crystals, man. We're not carbon. You know what I mean? So, but if you're carbon and you want to be claiming carbon, you can go and eat carbon-based foods and shit. You know what I'm saying? If you want to. But anybody on that higher spiritual kick, G, we eating silica-based foods, you know, very high spinach, lentils, you know what I'm saying, high grain ass rice, high grains, quinoa, shit like that, man. You know what I'm saying? They just didn't tell you that it was crystals, and that was crystals, you know, and they try to hide that shit. Like when people try to add on to the cipher, which is the truth, you know what I mean? Try to add on to the cipher saying that we're the 666 and we're the fuck, this is what we do. Like, no, get that up out of here, man. No. And try to say that diamond is this and no. You know, Nah, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna go ahead and get back to what we know to be in our own self to be the truth. And that's where it's at. We ain't gotta read their book. We got real knowledge. You know what I mean? It's revealed to us through our daily living, through wisdom, which is our wise ways, words, and actions to get to the understanding, which is the best part of our living. Is to see equality, to see the equality of it all, of the Most High, existence, which is within self. That shows and proves God. When you get to that level, you're at a godly level. Now you know to either build or destroy, which is to build with the understanding that you now gain and destroy anything that's weak and wicked. Like when we're talking about this carbon, it's weak, flimsy. It's in the element chart, but it's flimsy when it's dealing with your way of life. You know what I mean? Because it withers away. We already know silica stays. It's a crystal. You know, you got fossil-based trees. So destroying anything weak and wicked shows and proves that you knowledge the cipher, that you know your circumference, you know your whole 360 degrees of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Now you can bring justice now, which is 1 and 0. You can bring the just ice. You can bring that sword now. You know what I mean? To bring that to alleviate, you know, any confusion that's set out there. This is the supreme equality of it all. Justice just so happened to born equality. We didn't make that up to be that way. Most High already had it ordained when the Father created mathematics for us, and we just caught on to it for those who qualify themselves, basically. So for those who are able to get it and have that magnetic attraction, that's showing to prove God right there. It's naturally in you. You get the magnetic attraction upon animals and children, you know, all these things that they try to turn against you, especially the children, because, you know, with the sex thing. That's why we ain't even dealing with the daggone celibate. We're dealing with celibacy. We ain't dealing with none of that. We ain't teaching without being, you know, celibate. If we're teaching that year, yo, man, we're teaching children because we're getting them up out the system. Celibate. You ain't saying shit. Now, that means we already done looked at our cluster B personality, ourself. We're already 14 months up or more. Now we're teaching children, you're in your childlike state. These children can learn a lot more from you, and they can tune into the Most High Creator. Now you have a better chance to get into someone instead of getting to a grown old ass man talking to them. You can have a chance dealing with us. Then you teach these children right from scratch. If you're a true teacher, because we got to get the babies out of the system for the whole people, man. You know what I'm saying? For the whole, and they know that too. You know, and so they know when it's serious, man. You up 72 months in your light. They know what's up, G. You know what I'm saying? You can't get back into their system trying to claim things if you're not seriously cultivating that kundalini, and that comes through your eating. You're transforming, P. You know what I'm saying? Optimus Prime over here, P. We're primes. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what it is. So yeah, man. I was gonna say something about lentils, but you know that's a little green, but it's full of, you know, peanuts. Everything. I mean, everything that's righteous, G. It's silica based. Everything that's righteous, P. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I'm just gonna put the name on it, silica based, when I eat carbon based foods. And we're not dealing with the carbon shit. I like, they say the carbonation. We're not dealing with none of that type of stuff. This is silica. This is crystalline beings. You're gonna be a crystal. You're gonna be more. You are a crystal. What the fuck am I talking about? Everything. Your glands is crystal. I just said that. You know what I mean? All your glands are crystal. I mean, your eyes is crystal, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, homeschooling. Hey, I did a homeschool through the summertime. You know what I'm saying? I did a lot of summertimes with my seeds when it was you know, growing up. Now they're grown now, late 20s and early 20s. You know, but yeah, I had their ass with me. That mean I had to groom them a certain way. I would have kept them all the way, but I wanted them to know before they went back into public, they could see the difference, and they know the difference now for sure. Though they like, damn, father was on some shit. I delivered my baby at the rest, and we're going to introduce this to the world. I had to have a baby in front of them. It was caught off guard. You know what I'm saying? We're doing deliveries too, man. Supernatural doulas, all of this, man. You know what I'm saying? It's coming around now. You know what I'm saying? Having our own culture, we're showing our own weight. You know, like I say, those who put us down, I ain't mad at them. That's what they do. They took the treaties. They got the flags. They try to steal some of our stars and put them in their flags. It's okay. You know what I mean? We got all the stars. We're straight. We're still straight. All right. So you know, so in this day and age, man, like I say, I know I got off a little bit, but this is where we at with it, P. I was gonna say something. Dougie Dubs was kind of throwing me off because they like trying to make me like, nigga, you know, I'm over here still. They come over here and try to remind me and shit. But man, I was getting to a point too. That's mathematics too. Getting to a point. Parallels and all of that. You know, it's deep, man. Yeah, so we're teaching our own and stuff like that, being celibate and you know, delivering, home deliveries. And like I said, I had my first child in the hospital so they could see her on they call it the hospice. But they knew I knew what the hell I was talking about. I had lotus birth. I didn't know that you know, that it was in the Bible, but it was in me to have that birth. And the Most High was protecting me. My ancestors were protecting me that night. I got up out of there. I had knowledge of not cutting the placenta. And they was like, why? They didn't know. So caught them off guard. You know what I'm saying? Now they know. Because I know they was trying to get my baby from me at the end when they realized that I wasn't there, that I got away, that I got out. It was like, damn. So when they tried to send the police to the house, shit, they probably was like, this thing ain't gonna be there. Most High had already guided my ass and shit, you know what I mean, to where I needed to go. And so happened to be my mother, you know what I'm saying? I love my mother and everything. That's what I'm saying. Healing from narcissistic personality and abuse. You know, I don't fault nobody, but I had to go through things with that. And that's why I never was a woman abuser or no shit like that. But you know, niggas is niggas. We've been through shit. Because sometimes motherfuckers are more narcissistic than you, and they can make it seem like you were more narcissistic than them until time passes and then everyone realizes, oh, it wasn't. All right, but you tend to date women like your mother if you was abused by a woman. And sometimes even if you wasn't abused by your mother and you was given love, some men, they'll treat a woman bad in the future because, you know, they was just used to getting spoiled. But that's dealing with psychology shit once again. But dealing with this, they was unprepared. My mother turned me down for being at the house. So I had to be prepared. The spirit had to prepare me to take my baby to another spot for at least 2 weeks so the placenta could fall off. Because they was like, you know, why you keep it? I was like, the placenta is what all the information and all the energy and prana from the ancients, from my ancestors, it downloads into the baby. I changed the diaper of the baby, I changed the placenta, and I keep it next to his head so all of it can drain in. I was just saying it like that. I think that's how you got to really do it. And I did it like that too. You know what I'm saying? They was just sitting there. They sent doctors in from all over the world. I was only like 21. They called doctors from all over the world trying to get me to cut that placenta. They couldn't take my baby out the room. If they did, I probably was gonna never see my baby again. You know what I'm saying? That placenta was what protected me. And the nurse was witness to that too. 2 nurses. One was a wicked nurse in front of them, but a good one behind them, and the other one was just a learning nurse. And they knew it too. And they tried to get me to cut that placenta, and I didn't. I put the baby in my C's mom arms, so to hold the baby tight, feed him real quick, because we're getting the hell up out of here. And because I knew she was strong enough to do it, she was smart enough to listen to me, you know what I mean, at those times. I knew she wished now that she never really tried to turn me into try to do child support on the nigga, because I was down in the motherfucker. Because the next one, I had my baby at the breast, and I pulled that baby out. And she did her part, and we had a dream team. So now I know in the future we can actually do this on a bigger scale. I really wanted to include her into this, but you know, I think now later, you know, now a lot of younger ones that are a little bit more smarter, and they're starting to activate their talents and shit. So I know that they're going to add on, you know what I mean? But it would have been nice if we would have showed that, you know what I mean? But I did record it, and it got lost down the line to someone who tried to sabotage me, and they had a horrible life afterward, or something horrible kind of happened to them. But I was able to talk about this stuff. So the thing is, though, this girl just chilling. They all right here on my ass, you know what I'm saying? They know I'm being sincere, man. That's the only way I can show is I can be vulnerable to you. I got to be vulnerable so you can see that that's what it is, you know what I mean? But not to be weak, though, you know what I mean? Like, you won't take no shit when you don't stimulate attention. You can deal with it, but you won't take that, you know what I mean? That's what I mean. But yeah, so yeah, we'll Muslim be celebrating and teaching and stuff like that, and we'll have our birthday centers too, getting the babies about the woo. It's gonna be encouraging. It takes some time, but it can happen quick if everybody starts stimulating attention right now. It's just gonna make the women click. They're gonna go through their periods and they're gonna realize they ain't been having sex. You know what I mean? They're gonna start, that light gonna start connecting with ours. It's gonna be on. Because our period, we're pushing the light up. They're pushing that shit out. You know what I mean? Which, you know, they're that egg, they're pushing that out. But you have an egg, that shit that rises up and it fertilizes and it gets, not fertilizes, but it gets activated in your brain when it crosses the vagus nerve. It's like an oil you got in you. Physically, it's an oil. Metaphysically, it's your aura, you know? And so, physically, that oil will go through all your whole cerebral spinal fluid that goes through your whole body and shit. And people sense it. I'm way out here. Y'all ain't gonna be able to sense it. Y'all probably sense it because y'all see the animals and shit. It's the most high got me out here. But these people, they sense it. They're rich as hell, so they try to ignore it. But it's only a matter of time. You know what I'm saying? They gotta come and say something. The people on the mainland had to do it, had to say something. But out here, it's a little bit more different. By the time they say something, they already became obsessed with shit. You know what I mean? So, and this is what comes with it. So we all do it. It enhances our power within all of us. I come to see that. And I don't care if you're up a month or two, especially when we're on the same agenda or same accord. It's going to strengthen the whole family. They leaving feathers out for me right now. Everything. I had a crow leave me a feather just on purpose. He sat there, I waited for me. He was kicking that motherfucker on me. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so yeah. So that being said, man, I'm going ahead and get ready to wrap this up. But it's gonna what we do is gonna empower our women, man. They're gonna get so much more stronger. Really, I mean, we only want other women really just because we kind of like the exoticness of it. But our woman is the one that knows us. And for women who like me of another culture, ethnicity, y'all know if y'all watch, you know what I'm saying, that y'all like Nagas, man. We're very in tune, you know what I mean? We make you have fun. You really don't even need money like that to have fun. Unless you're narcissistic or a borderline personality and you want someone to take care of you, like that's like being a whore. You know what I'm saying? Like being a hoe, basically, or a whore. So. And then you don't want that. You want everybody that's kind of equally yoked. If she got more and you ain't got that, then guess what? You're going to be balancing her out in the spirit or vice versa. But for a man, all you got to really do is balance that out. They already took the power from us, from our women to make more money than us. We're the only culture that women make more money than us on the mainland. So that really, we ain't really got to worry about that. We know and understand that a woman still be down with a real woman or be with a real man. A real bitch is down for a real nigga. And that's always been proven true, But right now, we have to cultivate this, and you'll see how really down they really truly is, Pete. Because like I said, the story I just said a little bit about my son being born, my C's mom was down enough. She could have, when I left that room, she could have gave them up to that baby. She could have gave my baby to them. You know what I'm saying? But she had to be invested in it also. You know what I mean? I wasn't just letting her be pregnant on her own. And so, she seen that we had an investment. So yeah, man. So we get back to that level. With our people, once with our women, once we start cultivating and eating the right foods and shit like that and working out. It says, peace God. It says, how do you think this affects a child through the C-section instead of coming through the portal? Yeah, you know what I mean? I talked about that a lot before too. And even the breech birth. I mean, this is a long time ago to my brothers in the flesh. Once I had the home birth, we all started doing it. Instead of like naming our child like Allah or something like that was like rebellish to them, to society, you know what I'm saying? They started having home births like so. But yeah, it's a difference. The way the seed understands is totally different as well. You can have VBAP too, which is vaginal birth after, you know what I'm saying? After your C-section, but a C-section, they're pulling them out, so it's traumatizing. It's a instant cluster B, you know what I mean? Anything with kind of shock and trauma at the beginning of life is you're going to develop that cluster B, whether it's in traits or pathological, because it's something very traumatic. Like my son, he had to come out and he had to be grown right away. Like they tried to plant and say, "Oh, he's not moving," because he was looking at me in my face, and then he turned over and go, "Wham!" and looked back at me. I'm like, "Oh, see, yeah, he's here. Okay, no, don't touch him." It was pissing. They left the room, and I was like, you know what I mean? So as he grew, he became more stern. Like, you don't want to let you know that if something was hurt on him or nothing. And I learned that, I seen that with him as he was growing, you know what I'm saying? That less crying, that showing. I was like, yeah, man. See, he had to be tough at the beginning 2 weeks of his life. Like, we had to hide and shit like that, Police bamming on the door. He had to not respond to be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because they bamming all around there like, I know he's in there, talking about me and shit. We trying to leave before they get there because they sent to see the child protection, the police, and a nurse. And I'm like, damn, they tried to get my ass. They trying to take my baby too. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, man. We got a feather too. Just came over there. But yeah, but it's traumatic. So, just being helpful with them and being supportive, very supportive. You know what I mean? Of any individual who didn't come through the portal like that and got yanked out. Is he's supportive. Because my nephews were, my nephew and my nieces were taking out my sister. And like I say, you can see it from a grown perspective, you know. They grow with this. They be more tight on their stuff. You know, they're more like, it can be either way. You can be a narcissistic person that's sloppy too, you know. It's a lot, that's like a covert narc. People listen, you can be like, yeah, how that motherfucker listen to that person over there, sloppy as hell. You can have a rich, nice dressed person listen to this sloppy person. But this sloppy person could be a covert narcissist. I mean, he's really swift and smart and very stern on his own person. You know what I mean? And so, even if he's sloppy, you know what I mean, that can gain some form of respect because he has this type of emotional sternness. But in real life, that's like a mask because it will slip because he hasn't shown his true identity. Like he's really scared, really scared and vulnerable, and haven't really been able to allow himself to be let down. You know, but sometimes if you're coming out the womb and you get straight to the breast milk, that can kind of ease you a little bit. You know, but yeah, if you come out the womb, not the womb, but coming out, if they took you out the C-section ways, you know what I mean. But that's hope that explains a little bit more. But as you grow, it's kind of you know, you have to not cater to them because it'll further the cluster B, the enabling to happen. You know, you don't want to enable someone because have you ever been around with friends and kind of like enable certain dudes that it seem like, damn, everybody just let this motherfucker sit here and do that or something. It's like it's an unseen cord that they only allow themselves to have friends that would enable them to do stupid ass shit. You say yes men, but it's just enabling because they have an entitlement issue because of what they experienced growing up. Instead of facing it, fixing it, talking to someone else and telling it, getting it off their chest and shit like that, they harbored it and held it in, and now they say hurt people. Now we can see how it comes off. You know what I'm saying? Because cluster B personality can be triggered through ancestors, birthing, any traumatic experience, man, from when you're a very young child. You know, and if you're not strong enough to handle it, then you will grow to be leaders of gangs and shit like that. Have people follow you around all the time, and you will buy your friendships. And, you know, it's a lot of things just like that. People do it. People used to try to buy my friendship. You know what I mean? I've seen it. That happened a lot. And sometimes I came to because I was part of abusive growing up, so I know what these motherfuckers got. I'm like, yeah, nigga, I probably need a couple dollars right here. I can tolerate your ass. I know how it is. My brother like that. Or, you know, I'm a half brother like that. Or my mom and them and shit like that. I know already, nigga. Most I just blessed me with the insight to be able to talk to it on this type of level. You know what I'm saying? Instead of me being in their world, being a doctor and shit, I would have did that, but it's not the right thing because they would have taught me the wrong shit, you know? And so with this experience in life, the Most High gave me to allow me to be able to express this and speak this out fluently or like this how I am, that's the blessing, you know? And just through the birth chart, hey, what's happening? And through the birth chart, it allowed me to know there was like a confirmation, you know what I mean? So yeah, man. But that's what we're striving to get to in the future. I know it's going to be more than semen retention. It's going to be more than, you know, it's going to be more than a lot of little things, but it's going to add up. You're going to have the right things. Everybody's adding on. They're going to see that it's the next level. And I'm not calling people false prophets. I think it's the end of false prophets. But we got false shepherds, you know, false people who try to lead. And Most High is not letting that slide no more. We don't care how your vernacular is, how big your vernacular is. If you're not disciplined in your life, in your daily life, and everyday life, we're gonna already see through the wordplay. We already been through it. Now we're pinpointing what a narcissist truly is, what a sociopath truly is, what they need. We're gonna see what their weaknesses are. And once you see their needs and weaknesses, you got to disassociate with them instantly. Can't do no business with them, and because no contact is what triggers their abandonment issue. They have to face themselves. Everyone has to. Niggas did it. We had to face ourselves on our lowest scale, and even individually, we started to do it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, that's where we at with it, and this is gonna come to pass. But we got to put in this work on a whole level. Once we do this on a whole level, once we even start, man, our ancestors are so happy with us. And once we even start, you'll start seeing confirmations and things line up. Because we ain't gotta wait for no celebrities and then. We all want something, a place where we can go and chill, plant our gardens, and have lands. I can see you over there. I'm way over here. We ride our horse and shit like that. We're working out. We're eating food. Now we can tolerate a dinner with each other. Can't really do that if we're having sex all the time with different people. We won't even want to go to the function. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's liquor or something there. You know? Something got to get us there. We become codependent instead of being interdependent. Like, yeah, I want to go see my bro. Shit, I ain't seen the mother. We want to go. We kind of want to see each other because we want to see how better we done got. Not like how it works. You know how it is. We want to see the good. We don't want to see the bad. Only reason why we want to see shit bad is because we got this stuff to be personality disorder. And we want to be better than them type of shit. And we want to see, you know, like the holier than thou. We want to see, well, oh yeah, that motherfucker ain't doing this, that, and the third. I got it. You know what I'm saying? It's a competition. It's a false competition. And a lot of narcissistic entities, they have this competition with their their significant others or just friends, man. And even if they're so successful and their friend may be a bum or whatever, they still compare themselves to that friend, you know? And maybe because of that friend is more secure in their own self, like, you know, handling certain things and certain just shit in life, you know? And it comes easier to handle certain shit in life through your appetite and through your meals, controlling that. You know, you'll be a lot more happier. You'll experience a lot more joy if you could do that. The more you don't honor the righteous foods, you know, going in the stores and buying shit, the lower you're gonna vibrate. The more you honor that, you're eating right and exact, and the time and how to eat and when to eat, man, you become rich as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't even need a lot of stuff. Yay! Oh, that's what's up, bro. We own it then. Shit. 2021. I remember 2021. Woohoo! Yeah. So it was 2019. So 2020. You in the game, B. You holding it up. I like that, man. See, that's a big ass smile. I like that though, because man, now we're gonna show. Now we need to start showing them up like, yeah, this is where we at, B. Real men got to get to this point. But once women see that, that's discipline. And really, a woman love a man with discipline, man. You know what I mean? All that money, that's gonna be beta male shit. You know, that's gonna be weak ass pussy ass shit. You know, you ain't even have to pay for no pussy. You really don't gotta pay for pussy. I'm saying it like this in a real ass sense, man. You really ain't gotta pay for pussy, man, because all you gotta do is cultivate yourself and make yourself the best self that you can be. You're not selfish, but a woman knows that you will give her your heart. Your heart is pure. It's really gold. It's where all the gold is at, anyways, in the body. Gold is a precious metal. You know what I'm saying? And a man has a heart of gold. You know, so you got to be careful with this. You got to be careful with that gold. You know, so to cultivate it, to get it up strong, and get you rich in your person. You know, your mental, your emotions. And they say in tarot, the king of what? The king of cups, emotionally stable, becoming emotionally stable. You know, how to do that is eating the right foods, really. You know, because how the devil so-called tricked us according to the inner wise lessons. You know, he taught him how to eat the wrong foods. And how did he do that? He taught him that when he was a little boy. So if you learn this at a young age to eat the wrong foods, like carbon-based foods, you know, mucus-forming foods, you know, foods that slow down your lymphatic system, then yeah, it's gonna be harder for you to refine and become a righteous grown man. Because that's why you will fear certain things when you become a grown man. That's why you fear the devil or the wicked one, or you know, you fear going to face your true self because of those foods. Once you start refining yourself, which is an ongoing process, refinement is removing trash and filth, and mint is a suffix, suffix meaning ongoing. It's an ongoing process for forever. So knowing that we have to do this shit for forever, just get used to it. It's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Discipline is what sets us apart, and discipline is what sets a real man apart. Like I say, you can be so-called beta male or whatever. They're going to be the males of the future that's going to be buying shit for women. Pimping is really real. Not pimping like I'm simping, like no nigga that got to limp off a broad. Pimping is powerful intellect, making progress type shit. Like a broad is naturally going to want to kick something to you if you're a real nigga and shit. I'm saying it in a real sense. She's going to naturally want to kick something to you if she's not a broken, toxic motherfucker and shit. You know what I mean? If she's broken and toxic, then she's trying to compete with you. But a woman that really appreciates you, she will kick you something. That could be a little narcissistic trait, but she'll look out for you, whatever it is. But some women like a good man on like a trophy on their arm, just like beta males. They'll pay for a woman to go out with them, to have them on their arm and shit. You know, they have the cluster B personality to idolize, the value, and discard because they look at certain women as certain supply sources, so they can go buy another. You know, so women can look like that too with men, but unfortunately, it doesn't really work that way too much because they do have a pussy, and too many miles from different motherfuckers will drive you cuckoo. You know, And a successful woman can't be that successful if she's continuously putting miles on that thing down there. You know what I mean? That's connected to her mind. You gotta have control of her mind and shit. But in order to do that, you gotta have control of your emotions. If you ain't got control of your emotions, then she don't wanna fuck with you. You know what I mean? So I just you have your emotions under check, you have your intellect on the pat down to show the discipline that you got. Alright? So I love y'all. Thanks for joining in with me, man. I'm about to get ready to hop up off this joint. You know, sit back, get some of that Mary Did You Wonder with all those trichrome crystals on that joint. With the trichromes and the crystals. It's crystal everything, man. This is the year. This is crystalline here, man. We all finna get right, yo. I need to get the pictures. We're gonna post them on the line and everything, man. They're trying to shadow ban us, so I gotta go live and shit to keep the broadcast going. They like, yeah. But they know what the knockers on, man. They know what's up. Once we get this on the mainstream, silica-based foods. I mean, pure all the way on there. Like, boom. You ain't gonna hear the word carbon no more. And then you're like, nah, man, silica, nigga. Ain't that right, Most High? I'm telling you, man. Whew, spirit be on it, man. I can feel it, man. It feels so good, too. You know, you feel that Holy Spirit shit, your gut ain't all full and shit, you ain't all... I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. They hate. The one thing they hate is you being happy. They hate that shit. As long as you miserable and sad and depressed and walking around and man, they cool. They're like, what up? You know what I'm saying? But you walking around head up, strong, motherfucking eyes glistening, meaning that, you know what I mean, your crystals are sparkling and shit. You know, it's on then, you know what I mean? They mad. If they what's making this motherfucker so happy and so goddamn patient with shit. He ain't got nothing. You got the creator, dude. You know what I mean? You do. And everybody wanna be your man. So just be cool. And you'll be straight, alright? I love y'all and thanks for joining. We had a little vibratory energy try to speak in. Yeah, so, yeah. Alright, I'm finna hop off. They know it's about that time. Shit, the sun done went down, so that means the cloud done cover the sun, so they finna come out. So I gotta go. I love y'all. Thanks for joining me. And I'll deal with you later. I hope I said it right. Hold on. Obo. I hope I said it right, bro. Hey, I'm grateful. Thank you for being in here, bro. All right. Love you. You'll see you next. Peace.